Alright, welcome back to Shave with Fuzzy. I'm Fuzzy. Hi y'all. On Tuesday. Had Monday off yesterday. I just posted a quick one on your old Facebook that days off just blazed by. But anyway, first one we had off in over a week, which is not that spectacular around here, but it's nice to have a day off. We got people that work a week in a row and then they get like 3 days off. But anyway, I didn't get 3 days off. I got one off, but that's okay. I'll take it back to it today. But anyway, so it's Tuesday and I was digging through shave stuff and decided, yeah, it's going to be an Indian day. So anyway, got my Pearl Flexi. More on that story in just a second. And I've got some soap here that I've used before. Some of you may remember. It's called Pearl Man. And COFFEEOP. Coffee Up, the Artisan Shaving Soap. And this is interesting because it's got an expiration date on it, and probably it's past that expiration date. But anyhow, pearl shaving. And Indian's thing here, but it smells like Tootsie Rolls is the neat thing about this. And we're going to see if it's actually expired, if it'll work or not. First time I remember seeing a shave soap with an expiration date on it or a use by date on it. We've also got a pearl brush here. This is a synthetic, but it does not use synthetics very much. I could not get on the synthetic train. I really tried really hard, and I really couldn't. But the soap and the razor and the brush all came from a shaving buddy of mine from India. And he was telling me the other day that, I think he was telling me the monsoon's going on. Boy, everything, I'm going to tell a story, I'm going to tell something, and all of a sudden the brain goes, no you're not. So anyway, Pearl Flexi, really nice, modern, adjustable, nice, heavy, metal. I mean, if your kid gets stuck in the car, you can go grab this thing and beat the windows out with it. No problem at all. I keep it turned all the way up. That is the only acceptable setting for an adjustable is wide open. And, turn it up, leave it up, turn it loose, folks. There you go. But what's real neat about this one, and I know the video is reversed, so you won't really be able to tell, but it says Shaving with Fuzzy right there on the top. How you like that? Do you have a personalized razor? Chances are no. You don't. But anyway, maybe you do. If you do, get it nice. So anyway, you can see, like I said, didn't work yesterday. So we got a couple of days worth of growth. And put in a long shift on Sunday. If you consider 15 hours long. And it's over half the day. I kind of figure it's kind of long. But we're going to go back to it today. And then tomorrow's a long shift. And Thursday would be a day off. This would be my short week. But anyway, Thursday I'm covering another shift. And all I can say is the accountants are going to be crying when they write that check out. And, I'm not. I'm not going to cry at all. But the accountants definitely will. What accountants do, bean counters count beans, right? Yeah, definitely. All right, so anyway, I've had some people going back through and commenting on older videos. I appreciate that, folks. People go back through and watch a few here, there, and yonder. And so one of them was commenting something about a soaker hose the other day, and I couldn't remember what I was referencing. But anyway, I was talking about prep in that video. That video was 5 years ago. Fuzzy didn't have the goatee then because I was working at a plant that wasn't a lot. I was working with a supervisor that wouldn't lie. The plant couldn't give a rat's because I don't wear fresh air breathing equipment. If you wear a fresh air breathing mask, you can't have the goatee and everything because the mask won't seal on your face. You can usually have a mustache. You can't have that. And he was an old plant guy, and he didn't like that idea. He's the number one reason I left that place. But anyway. Happens sometimes, and it happened that time. Let's see if we can get some soap worked up here. But anyway, so folks going through and commenting on some other videos talking about circuit hose. Now I was talking about prep. And I've got far from a soft beard. I know you people with the whole Italian, you know, the dark, coarse beard, all this stuff, whatever. You know, but prep, I used to be big on the prep train. Now I'm really not. You know, in that video, I referenced the fact that I thought at the time that it's kind of like mowing grass. It's easier to mow dry grass than it is to mow wet grass. And I think the blades cut better and everything. So I'm kind of the same way along with the shaving soap. And the shaving prep. I know all the old barbers did it, but I think that was mostly to clean because everybody didn't have the best of hygiene back in the day. And I think they did it mostly to clean. But anyway, it's also really good as part of your ritual because you enjoy having the wet towel soaking on your face. That's great, but you know, it's kind of like other things. So what I had said was if you wanted to soak something, go, you know, a garden. Or they make these soaker hoses. You put them out and you turn the water on and the water seeps through the hose into the ground and you just turn them on and you let them go for periods of time and it's a soaker hose. I don't think there's anything wrong with this soap. Nah. And still smells like a Tootsie Roll. That's the best I can tell you. It smells just exactly like a chocolate Tootsie Roll. I got it. Nothing wrong with that. The monsoons. I remember the monsoons in Tucson when I was out there. Tucson still had enough sand when I was there. That was 20 years ago now. Still had enough sand, over 20 years ago, that at night the heat would radiate out some and it wouldn't be quite so visible. I don't know how it is these days. But anyway, when the monsoon came around, the humidity goes up and then it's just plain visible all the way around. I was reading an article today, they're talking about the heat waves and everything we're having this year. Yeah, it gets hot in the summertime. But, yeah. So the Flexi here, I was going to make a point with that Tucson story, but I can't for the life of me remember what the point is now. So anyway, you just get to hear again the fact that I used to live in Tucson. So the Flexi is a very nice razor for a two-sided thingy. It's a very heavy razor. Now I don't think heavy razor, light razor, razor to razor, blade to blade. Oh, and we did put a new Indian blade in here too. Gillette Wilkinson sword. It was made in India according to the packaging. Also came with a razor, enough blades for me to shave a very long time. And I still appreciate the gift. There's some really, really, really good people in the world, folks. I happen to know a few of them. All right, check out that after the first pass. It's all gone. That's all you can say. I could wipe this off and go to work. Nobody even know any different. I could do a little touch up and be done with it. Nobody know any difference. But that's not how we do. We go and be sure we're all nice and cleaned up. Now I find that when I do use a synthetic brush, that I like to do a lot of paintbrush strokes instead of swirls. I don't know why particularly I like that. We're going to add a little more water in here. You don't have to worry about, you know, soaking a synthetic brush. That's one of the most useless things in the world. Soaking a synthetic brush. They're not going to absorb any water. They're not going to get any softer. But anyway, I prefer to use paintbrush strokes. So maybe if you're having problems with a synthetic brush, try that. I don't know. If you're having problems with a synthetic brush, try Boar. All right. But it does work, and I very much appreciate it. Now what I don't have, at least I don't think I have, is any aftershave from India. So I'm going to use some aftershave from Turkey. And I was trying to remember if there were any issues with the relationship between Turkey and India. I couldn't remember anything. So if I'm being offensive by using a Turkish aftershave in Indian gear and kind of talking about the two together or whatever, you'll have to forgive me. I'm just an American Southern redneck. All right. Always, always, always a great shave from the Flexi. It's a two-sided thingy, but it has, you got it turned up, it has great blade feel. I don't know if I've ever shaved with it turned down, but it's got great blade feel with it turned up. I think I've always used it wide open, because like I said, that's about the only acceptable setting for a adjustable razor. Because they're made to be turned up, and then you turn them down when after you shave it. It says right there in the directions. Yes, yes it does. Although I can't tell if it said that in the pearl directions or not. I'm sure I read them. And I may have already commented on another video before when I used it, but I don't remember now. But I know the Gillette adjustables, that's what they said. That's known as marketing. They have to create a need for something so that they can make it. So they try to convince people, and they do a lot. And there's still a lot of people these days that you need to twist the dial on your razor during the shave. You do not need to twist the dial on the razor during your shave. There's absolutely no need in that. There's no such thing as a razor that's too aggressive. That's a technique thing. I have proved that before. Because, you know, we shave with straight razor, open blades. But I have also shaved with razors that have had the safety bar cut off. I have a Chick G that is a single edge Chevette, I call it. And it's just had the guide bar cut off of it, so it's just a blade sticking out, and you can shave with it just like you do, because the guide bar doesn't generally cut your face. It's the blade running down your face. But anyway, there's no such thing as a too aggressive a razor. It's just that you might not have the technique to run it. That happens. Good coffee. Well, here we go. My Turkish aftershave. And I got this for when I want to do my Turkish shaves. I have a Turkish boar brush. I have a Turkish Yuma razor that was given to me, two-sided thingy. And then I have Turkish aftershave, and then I'll use Arco or one of my other Derby or one of my other Turkish soaps, and I can have a Turkish shave day. Do that every once in a while. So yeah, nothing wrong with the soap. You know, come to think of it, I've never used this soap other than with that synthetic brush. I'm going to have to break out a boar one day, or a horse, or a badger. Badger works just fine. I don't have anything against badger brushes. I'm more of a boar guy, and I like my horse brushes. Boar and horse are what I like. But I'll break out another brush one of these days and shave with the Tootsie Roll. All right. Well, kind of low-key today. Didn't really have anything to rant on, but I noticed yesterday I went out last night and run and got me some supper, because I slept all day, and I woke up and I didn't want to cook, and it got hot enough yesterday that the rearview mirror popped off of my Expedition, so I got to get all the stuff, get that fixed and put back on. But anyway, that's the worst thing that happens. We're in pretty good shape. By the way, that was witch hazel. For those that may watch the video and don't know, I like using witch hazel on my touch-up pass. I think it does a really good job. There's several what I think are benefits to it. But anyway, all right. Well, look, we're going to jump in the shower and get ready for work. We got to walk the dogs. Miss Luna's still sitting in there piled up on the bed waiting on me. Ash Brown's waiting by the front door to be sure I don't forget to take him for a walk. Don't feel too bad about it. I took them out just for a day like this morning, so they've had a walk earlier today. All right, so there we go. Hope everything's good where you are. Shave Maharaji, thanks once again, my friend. And another great shave. Compliments of India. All right, whoever you are, wherever you are, whatever you're doing, happy shaves to you.